I just got a notification on my phone that says, transmit all that you know. I'm gonna try my best to do that. Today I'm gonna be talking about my top games of 2019. I know, everyone's really excited for that. This video is a video that I'm planning on doing, that I was planning on doing for a while, but it's out of my comfort zone. I'm not a reviewer, I'm not a critiquer.
I ain't calling you a truther.
I don't like to review games or critique them or whatever because that's just not the kind of person I am. I review things based on how much fun they give me. So these are my top 5 games of 2019, but just know that they're being rated on the fun scale. I will say some critiques here and there. Don't take this video so seriously, please. There were a couple games that came out this year that I didn't play, like Death Stranding. Gris. I didn't play, or Untitled Goose Game. I didn't play any of those. I just played these games. So yeah, now with that being said, let's get into my first top 5 video. Have I ever done a top 5 video before? I don't know. Let's go. Number 5, Dragon Quest Builders 2. Dragon Quest Builders 2. I actually never heard of Dragon Quest before until I played Dragon Quest 11 this year, and I loved it. It just was a very classic RPG, and then Dragon Quest Builders 2 came out. And I've never heard of Dragon Quest Builders before either, so 2 was my first one that I played. I actually wasn't going to get this game, but Ross, Rubber Ninja, and Vinny from Vinesauce, they were talking about it on Twitter, and they were like, no one's talking about this game. This game is pretty good. So because they tweeted that, I was like, alright, let me pick up a copy. And by me picking up a copy, I mean I told my friend Ryan to get me the game for my birthday. Once I started playing it, I was like, oh, it's addicting. It's not like a typical like Minecraft shit, you know? Because that's what everybody was comparing it to, was Minecraft. And it's really more than that. It's, you know, you have quests, it's like an RPG thing, you level up, you follow blueprints, you can make your villagers build your blueprints, which is crazy. Like my villagers were building like this huge pyramid thing, and I didn't even like I just put down the blueprint and they were like, alright, let's go. So I didn't even have to build it. Also, exploring the world is very fun because there's collectibles, like collecting tokens, is that what they're called? You solve puzzles in order to get the tokens, and it was very unique. And I'm ashamed to say it, but I haven't beaten the game yet. But I put 30 hours into it, and you know, if I love the first 30 hours, then I'm gonna love the rest. So with each game I'm gonna talk about, I want to talk about at least one gripe I had with the game. And for Dragon Quest Builders 2, the gripe I had was the camera, which is really funny because the first Dragon Quest Builders, it didn't have third person view, or no, it didn't have first person, my bad. And it had only third person, so it was really hard to know what you were doing and build stuff. For this game, they added the first person, which was very beneficial, but for me, I felt like I was constantly switching between cameras. First person was way too close, and I felt kind of sick, and then third person was way too far away. I got used to the camera for sure, but you know, it took a while. Again, it's just a little tiny nitpick that I had. Also, I think the female builder, was kind of gross looking. Yeah, that's the gripes though. Yeah, the game is really, really addicting, and if you haven't picked it up, and you like Minecraft, I'd pick up this one. This game's a lot of fun. Number 4, Luigi's Mansion 3. Luigi's Mansion 3 was so much fun. I feel like Luigi's Mansion 3 took the best parts of the original Luigi's Mansion and the second one and put it together to make this love child that is Luigi's Mansion 3. I heard that people were a little skeptical of the hotel layout. Like, they were like, oh, it's gonna be a hotel, so it's not technically Luigi's Mansion. The hotel setting was very unique because with each floor was so different. You were so excited to go to each floor. At least I was. The collectibles were really fun to collect, but not too exhausting. The ghosts were really unique too. I really, really liked the ghosts, but I will say that one huge gripe, this is honestly not the game's fault, this is just my fault. Sometimes the boss fights were like really difficult. There was a boss fight that took me 2 hours to get because I just really didn't know what to do. There was one boss fight that was so unfair, and it was the pool boss.
Oh, fuck you! Suck my dick!
Charles Martinet, who voices Luigi in all the Mario characters pretty much, Charles Martinet, you can tell, had a really, really fun time voicing Luigi in this game, and I think it was my favorite parts was to hear Luigi say a bunch of really funny, cute stuff. The game was so funny, it made me smile the whole time, and that's why I'm putting it at number 4. It pissed me off, but it also made me smile. Number 3, Pokemon Sword and Shield. Pokemon Sword and Shield. I love that game. I know there was a lot of controversy with it. I heard that there were some shady practices with the development. The development time was very rushed, and you know, they got rid of the, what is it, the National Pokedex? I think that's what it's called. Or the International Pokedex. I don't know. They got rid of some Pokemon, which I don't personally care, because I wasn't one to complete the Pokedex anyways, and I feel like as the Pokemon games progressed, you had to really like cheat in order to complete the Pokedex. But now that it's so much more attainable, right? Like there's only 400 something Pokemon in the game. I'm like more determined to complete the Pokedex because it seems so much more possible. I love Pokemon games. Pokemon games are like my bread and butter, right? My peanut butter to my jelly sandwich. Pokemon games just complete me. Pokemon Sun and Moon kind of pissed me off a little bit because they got rid of the gym leaders. With Pokemon Sword and Shield, they brought it back, and the gyms are amazing. You're in this giant stadium, people are cheering for you. You're no longer just this one little fucking kid like beating the shit out of an adult and then they're hella sad, you know? The thing that I love about it the most was just how easy it was to level up your Pokemon compared to previous Pokemon games, which encouraged, like, when you found a new Pokemon to level it up. It would take me hours and hours and hours to fucking level up my Pokemon. And so whenever I found a new Pokemon that was really cool, I was like, dude, I don't want to grind, it's too late for that. So with this one, you can just level them up like that, and I think that's really great. But it also adds to just how easy Pokemon games are, which a lot of people don't like. I personally don't really care. I'm in it just for looking at the new Pokemon and the gym leaders. That's all I'm in it for. I have some gripes with the game. Hear me out. Number one, I think the story was way too short. There was no Elite Four, which I really didn't like. The online stuff was really exciting, like when you saw other trainers biking around and you talk to them and you get food and treasures and stuff. That was great. But for the max raid battles, I always felt like nobody was joining me. And that's really stressful because sometimes the max raids are really hard. So also when I went in the XCOM and I tried to join someone's max raid battle, it was always full or had a communication error. So it just was kind of... Oh yeah, one more thing. With the worlds, I was expecting really big worlds. Like the wild area was amazing. I always came back to it. I spent hours in there. I feel like I could spend hours more in there. The wild area was awesome. But the other worlds were so lacking. It was, especially my favorite world, Balloonally, was so small. I really wanted something bigger. Especially, oh my gosh, a really great example is when you go to the final city. The giant city where there's a Ferris wheel and Space Needle thing, like whatever. Was so small. The immersion was definitely with the wild area, but the other worlds were like, come on. So I'm putting it number 3 because I love Pokemon games, but this one definitely had the most gripes for me in general. But yeah, okay, next game. Number 2, Tetris 99. If you would have told me in 2018 that my second favorite game of 2019 would be Tetris 99, I would have laughed in your face because I would have been like, I don't play Tetris. What are you talking about? It's a free game. It's for free. So I downloaded it and I played it as a joke. But I became addicted. I cannot express to you how exciting Tetris 99 is. And that's so lame because it's like, it's a Tetris game. How exciting could it get? It busts my balls, okay? It is the most exhilarating, anxiety high, fun game I've played this year. It's crazy. You know, Tetris is a very simple, addicting concept in and of itself, but then when you put 99 other people fighting with you and you're trying to fight them too, it turns into chaos. Like chaos. There have been times where I've played for like hours and hours on end. I'm sweating. I have like, what is it called? Like gamer high, where you have to stand up. Your palms are sweaty, knees weak, arms spaghetti. I will say I have like one gripe, but it's a very, very small nitpick. The game has very bad sound design. Okay, I shouldn't say it like that. Like when you go through the menus and you click on like what option you want, I don't know, I just really don't like it. Ugh. But I really like the songs that play when you're actually playing Tetris, like the Tetris theme remix. I thoroughly enjoy. I would say there's no reason not to download Tetris unless you don't like Tetris. Like then sure, I get it. I actually didn't know I liked Tetris until I played Tetris 99. And because it's free, it's definitely way up there for me. Okay, last game. Number 1, Fire Emblem Three Houses. Fire Emblem, Fire Emblem, Fire Emblem. I am not a big Fire Emblem fan. I actually laughed when they announced Fire Emblem Three Houses. I was like, ha! I'm not going to get that. That is some anime slice of life garbage. Oh, I was wrong. Very, very, very wrong. My friend Dakota and I, we mocked Fire Emblem Three Houses. We were like, no way is that going in our bank account. No way are we putting that in our Switch. Outrage. Dakota bought it. He's like, you know what? I'm gonna be pretty open-minded. And because Dakota is my best friend, whatever Dakota likes, I like too. So he told me to buy it and I was like, alright. And I bought the game. I cannot express to you my joy for this game. There are so many things about this game that are amazing, and I will try to say them all right now. My favorite part about this game, and the thing that shocked me the most, was just how connected I was to each student and each character, which is very hard to do for me. I'm not the kind of person that connects with characters. I don't really give a shit at the end of the day. I just want to have fun. But with all these students and all of the support stories, it made me bond to every single student in a way that I didn't think was possible for me. I cared about everyone so much. And there's so many characters, and I do not know how they did it so well, but they did. I'm gonna give some spoilers, so if you don't want Fire Emblem Three Houses spoilers, don't watch this. You know, with the previous games like Fire Emblem Awakening, Fire Emblem Incest Simulator, the support stories, or whatever you want to call them, weren't as strong as this game was. This game made me cry. And I was not expecting that at all. Cause, okay, here's the spoiler part. When you get to the war segment, I was shocked. When I had to kill a student, it was heartbreaking. Like, I remember the first student I had to kill was Bernadetta. And I love Bernadetta. And when I killed her, I paused. I was like, I can't fucking do this. And it's so funny because the reason why I don't really bond with characters that much in games is because I'm like, oh, this isn't real, right? This isn't real, they're just pixels on a screen, it's fine. But dude, killing the students after bonding with them, it was like I was in an actual war. Like, it was heartbreaking. I had to keep reminding myself, Kelly, it's just a game, it's just a game, it's just a game, it's just a game. Bitch, it's not just a game. It's the best game of 2019. Also, when I say that Fire Emblem Three Houses is addicting, I'm not exaggerating on that. It's addicting. It's addicting, okay? You play the game, and you're like, okay, I'm gonna play for like 30 minutes, and then I'm gonna go get dinner, right? You can't do that. The game puts you into a hole, right? Like a loophole. The game puts you in there. You have to be like, okay, I'm gonna go fishing, and then I'm gonna garden, and then I'm gonna talk to every student, and then I'm gonna like eat with them, you know, hang out with them, do some support stuff, and then, you know, the next day I'll do like some battle shit, like whatever, train them up. Like, you're trapped. You're in a loophole, and you cannot escape. The only reason why I have stopped playing it is because I had to like give it to someone else. I had to be like, here, take this. I'm busy. I can't play this game any longer. I have other shit I need to do. So because every character is like so great, you want to romance all of them. So that leads to the best part of Fire Emblem Three Houses, is the replay value. The replay value is immaculate. I don't know what word to describe the replay value. You want to play as each house, right? So that's 3. That's 3 replays. And the game is 70 hours long. It took me 70 to 80 hours to beat it, right? So that's all 80 plus 80 plus 80, because you want to play as all 3 houses, and then you want to romance everyone, right? And then you want to fucking do this and do that and do this and that and this and that and change this and change that. Like, the replay value is... I can't play Fire Emblem Three Houses. It looks so stupid. Ugh. They ruined the series. If you were like me when I said that, slap yourself in the face and go buy Three Houses and play it for yourself. I am being dead serious. This game is the highlight of my 2019. I'll add this personal little touch. When Fire Emblem Three Houses came out, I was at my lowest in 2019, like the lowest. I felt how I looked at the world, how I felt about myself. And this is the best part of games. Fire Emblem Three Houses got me out of that, because it was a very healthy distraction. Well, I wouldn't say healthy, but it was a distraction, right? And that's what I needed. And Fire Emblem Three Houses came out at the best time. I love you, Fire Emblem Three Houses! You light up my life! I'll end this Fire Emblem Three Houses review with Team Hufflepuff. That's the first house I chose. Hufflepuff gang. Rise up. Anyways, that's my top 5. Hope you guys enjoyed. 2020 is going to be a pretty big year for games. And by that I mean I'm only going to play Animal Crossing, and that's it. Alright. Adios, muchachos. That's just my new outro now, I guess.